8 minutes is a short time, so there's one takeout I'd like you to take after this presentation. It's just our URL, that's vembu.com. Everything I'm saying here is available on our website, including free trials of all our products and a free product as well. So I'd encourage you to have a look at that afterwards. The first question obviously is why Vembu.com? That's also the last name of our founder. His name is Shekhar Vembu. And he was also a co-founder at AdventNet, which is probably more famous today for Zoho and other products. Shekhar left AdventNet a few years ago because he wanted to get back into the startup environment and started Vembu Technologies. Shekhar graduated from IIT Madras about 14 years ago. Has very strong powers of convincing people. He convinced me to quit my job and join up as a co-founder here. I was his classmate at IIT, so I passed out from here 14 years ago as well after I did my BTech. I paid it forward, so I convinced my classmate from IIM Calcutta to quit his job in Canada and join us as VP Business Development, so it's his turn now. Besides the three of us, there are 27 others, so we're 30 people based here in Chennai. It's just a stone's throw from here. I mean, if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger throwing that stone, it's in Velachery, our office. Right? We make data backup products, and we focus on developing innovative backup products. We have 3 editions of the product. The first one, which is what I'll be focusing on today, is a service provider edition, which is a data backup software that helps service providers offer online backup services. Now, there's a boom in this market where you have a lot of outsourced IT service providers who do various things from installing antiviruses to managing systems for their customers, typically small to medium businesses in the US. And as part of their portfolio of services, a lot of them have started online backup services. So for that, they need a data center, they need bandwidth, and they need software. We are that software. We also have a professional edition, which is for people for in-house deployment within a company where you have, say, 50 laptops, desktops, and maybe a few servers backing up to one central server. And we have a free edition, which honestly is what we started off with 2 years ago, which is a peer-to-peer backup solution, where in a small network of, say, between 2 to 3 computers, you can actually leverage free hard disk space on your spouse's computer, and within your home network, for example, you will back up from your computer to your spouse's and vice versa. So that's a peer-to-peer backup solution. It's absolutely free. Our focus market is the US. We also have partners and customers in Europe and Australia and New Zealand, and a couple in India. That's the long, complicated description. Don't bother with trying to deconstruct it. I'll do that for you. We are a user-friendly software. That's extremely important when you're talking about desktops and laptops, because honestly, backups are not the sexy part of IT. It's not like VoIP, it's not like Skype and stuff. Backups are like going to the dentist. Okay, you've got to do it. No one wants to do it. It's not a pleasant task, but you've got to do it. So it's also important to make it pleasant for desktop and laptop users to back up, because otherwise they're not going to have good backup habits. A big challenge is maintaining usability without compromising on functionality, because when you're talking about backing up servers online, there's a huge amount of data that's going to be going over the wire that needs to be encrypted, compressed, and a whole lot of other things, which is typically what system admins would go. So continuous battle we sort of fight is sort of maintaining usability without compromising on functionality. And one of our strong points is we work on heterogeneous environments. I mean, any disk-to-disk backup is supported. So whether it's a USB disk, a SATA disk, it's online, it's on LAN, whether it's Windows, Linux, FreeBSD, Macintosh, we support them all. So a strong point, a strong USP is manageability across heterogeneous environments. Let me just quickly show you what the product looks like. It's a browser-based user interface, which is the first departure from most other backup solutions, because a lot of them have rich clients, which are difficult to use, difficult to deploy, and we make backups that much more pleasant. Configuring a backup is a simple thing. Give it a name, select what you want to back up, which can be anything from your Firefox favorites to your Exchange database to your SQL stores. Select what server you want to back it up to, how you want to compress it. Give it a password, which can be, you've got a part of the screen chopped off here, but you've got a password there, which can be between 64 to 448-bit encryption. And then basically configure how you want to run it. I mean, you could, for some particular reason, you might choose to run it every Wednesday at 10 in the morning, and just about anything you can think of. Restoring is a cinch as well. Just select the backup you've backed up earlier, and there's timestamp based restores. So if you wish, you could restore a version from 3 months ago. If for some particular version you don't want to restore yesterday's file. Pretty powerful reporting that allows allows you to know exactly what's happening, including how much space you're consuming, and your status with the various servers you're backing up to. A detailed events module that can go on to other third-party applications. A lot of other bells and whistles for those people who are especially paranoid about security. There are additional layers they can add on to this. And a very important part for service providers is manageability of multiple customers. So a service provider could be sitting here in this auditorium, managing his server out in the US using a browser interface, and actually deactivate a client because he didn't pay last month's bill, or increase his storage quota because he suddenly got a few more servers online. So that's what we are, user-friendly, feature-packed data backup software for managing all kinds of backups. What makes us different? Our market focus. I mean, there are plenty of backup products. You just have to type backup on Google and you get a whole bunch of SEO results plus a whole bunch of CPC results as well. Our focus is on small to medium businesses and remote offices and branch offices. That's robos, remote office, branch office, who have a particular problem because there are a lot of distributed offices that are not being backed up currently across various markets, and we're trying to solve that pain point as well. How do we do this? We go through service providers for the SMBs and we go directly to robos. Service providers service these SMBs by offering them monthly backup services of the kind I described. They use the StoreGrid service provider edition to do that. So if you search for online backups, you might come across various service providers on Google who might say they're partners of Microsoft, HP, and StoreGrid. We've got service providers who say they're a StoreGrid service provider. We've got others who don't mention us by name, but those screenshots are what I just showed you a while ago, and they use our technology to provide backups. Those are 3 examples. There are 130 more service providers who actually use our technology to offer online backups. Our product, like I said, is truly refreshing. I mean, you just have to look at other user interfaces, usability of backup solutions, and you know there's a crying need for a solution that makes it easy, that makes it, it's like what Skype did to VoIP. Yeah, there is a crying need for something similar in backup. It just works. It works on servers, desktops, laptops, across environment, and we, I think, are that solution. And our agility, we got our ears to the ground. For example, there are a lot of service providers who come up and said, we don't want to set up our own data center for starters, can you help us? So in 3 months, we'll be offering something like Amazon integration, where they could use S3, which is Amazon's storage service, which is like storage on tap. So any small service provider, maybe one of you who want to do a part-time business, can actually set up an online backup service by using something like S3 storage services from Amazon, StoreGrid service provider edition, and you're in business. We don't do our roadmap anymore. Our service providers, these 135 partners we've got, they tell us what they want us to build. So we've got our roadmap virtually charted out for us. That's where we are right now. About 6,500 commercial installations, 35,000 installations for free edition. Hopefully we'll have 250 more of this. 130 service providers. A lot of media coverage. CRM just wrote an article yesterday about the online backup market and why it's booming. And they said there are 3 providers who can help you do this. 2 are US based, and the 3rd is us. We're also one of CRM's emerging vendors for this year. And a lot of companies use us for backing up their remote offices. Like EBM Technologies is a company that's set up by ex-MIT professors, about 550 installations across 4 states in the US, and all of them back up to one server using StoreGrid. So that's us. That's our URL for free download and stuff. What are we looking for? A lot more users in India. As broadband infrastructure ramps up, I'm sure there will be a lot of service providers who would sort of adopt this model here as well. And yes, we're open to funding as well. We've crossed the initial startup stage, but if someone wants to talk about beyond that, we're certainly open to that. I'll be outside. We can talk about it in the next half hour or so. Thank you very much.